On the Health Watch this morning, how much sleep do you really need? There is a push to ditch an old rule of thumb. Doctors say you may not need that full 8 hours. Let's bring in Dr. Matthew Knight. He is the president of Knight Dermatology Institute. He is also a member of the Florida Board of Medicine. Dr. Knight, good to see you, friend.
Thanks for having me, as always.
I never get 8 hours. I mean, if I'm lucky, I'm at like maybe 4 or 5, given the schedule and what we do, right?
Right,
but
really hard in your industry.
It's hard in the industry, but where did this 8-hour rule come from?
I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, I think the problem is there's a new concept called somnorexia. We've talked about orthorexia before, people being really into what they eat. Well, now people with these wearables, like these bands, which I love, and they do a lot of great for people, but people are tracking these sleep numbers and they're making that their whole thing. So if they wake up and they see red, they say, oh, I'm gonna have a terrible day.
Do you really need 8 hours of sleep? Because what I read, and correct me if I'm wrong, that this came from a mattress company that did this study that said you need 8 hours of sleep because they wanted to sell more mattresses.
I think the scientific data does confirm that 7 to 9 is the sweet spot for most people. And the reason is, while we're sleeping, there's so many important things that happen. All the cobwebs get swept out between our brain cells, and it regulates our endocrine system and our other systems in our body. So not getting sleep is really bad. It can lead to diabetes and heart disease and all kinds of problems. So getting that 7 to 9 is important, but it's what we're talking about is good, actual restful sleep, not laying in bed for 8 hours struggling to go to bed.
Not to mention things like Alzheimer's, dementia, all of those things, the cognitive decline. When you go to sleep at night, do those kind of music machines and the air purifiers and the sleep masks and the headphones. Do you?
Yeah.
So do these things work?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so they call that sleep hygiene. So you have to you have to go to bed with the right parameters, and that means this has been in the news a lot lately. Your bedroom does need to be at like 68, 67 degrees.
That's freezing.
That's good.
Why so
68
cold?
degrees is the sweet spot. You want to not do the blue lights or at your phone before you go to bed. This kind of stuff is great.
This looks like yours. Is this yours?
No, I just grabbed this from. But it looks very comfortable.
Yeah, it does.
But so you want to have that sleep environment to get that good restful sleep, because again, sleep, laying there frustrated because you can't go to bed, is different than good restful sleep. And so what people do is they drink before bed, which is really bad. Right? Alcohol leads to really bad, unrestful sleep. People with sleep apnea that don't sleep well through the night, they have problems. They're asleep, but they're not getting restful sleep. So there's a difference. What we're looking for is really good, great sleep where you wake up restored in the morning and everything seems to work right.
So Dr. Knight, what happens if you can fall asleep but not stay asleep?
Right, that's like sleep apnea. It's a huge problem. And so just because you're in bed or you're asleep but maybe waking up several times, you don't refresh your brain and your body the way you need to. And there's actually one really interesting study that just came out, suggested that when you wake up is much more important than when you go to bed. Now that's really hard for you in your industry, but getting up at a specific time is probably most important. So say, hey, I'm going to get up at 5:30, but I'm not going to force myself into bed at 9 if I'm not tired. I'm going to be okay. If I look at my sleep data, if I have one day where I'm in the red or yellow, it's not the end of the world. I'll make it up later. Having that pressure, like worrying about your sleep numbers, can lead to bad sleep. It's a paradox.
And very quickly, before we let you go, the signs that you're not getting enough sleep. I know for me, I'm a little grumpy if I don't get the sleep that I need, right?
Right. Well, you hear these CEOs like, oh, I only get 3 hours of sleep every night.
I don't know how they do it.
Well, they probably don't. I mean, there's probably a couple people who can, but the health decline if you don't get enough sleep is really obvious. And the medical literature has been really specific about this lately, that lack of sleep leads to all kinds of bad long-term stuff like diabetes and heart disease, dementia, and other problems. So getting enough sleep is really important, but we're talking about broad periods of time, not last night.
Understood.
So if you're in the red for just one night, it shouldn't ruin your whole day, but using longer trends, we should be trying to get good restful sleep over time, for sure.
Good information, Dr. Knight. I always appreciate you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thanks for having me.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, and stay cool, everybody.
Okay, absolutely. The time right now is 8:16. Let's turn our attention to Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner, who has a look at our weather. Brooks, you've got a lot of little ones running around. I don't know what your sleep is like, friend.
It's not pretty.
Okay.
I know that it's a stage, and it won't always be like this. So I'll catch up as they age out. Okay, let's talk about what's going on weather-wise. Sahara and dust. That's the name of the game. Good to see you, Dr. Knight. Have a good one. So, yeah, we've got this dust surging in.